Hey everyone, this is Kathy the Vegan Prepper back with Mr. Vegan Prepper, Adam. And in this video, we're going to kind of just be talking about, I guess, some hypotheticals, kind of, I guess like the main thing is like, why are we not prepping for the end of the world? Like, we're just not. It's like, this just not something that we care about, prepping like a 20-year food supply and like, I don't know, bugging in, thinking we're going to be hunkering down in our house for like 20 years after the apocalypse happens or whatever. Like, yeah. That's so not where we are. But,
Yeah. So we live in the city.
Yeah.
Pretty large city.
Yeah.
And in the suburbs. There's a lot of houses around. We have major roads close to us, major attractions close to us, shopping centers and all that. And we don't think that it's practical for us to store 20 years of food here and think that we're going to be able to live in this location for a very, very extended period of time.
Yeah, like if there's a full-on grid down, no rule of law, like all of that, like situations people talk about. So like maybe we could talk about something like that if we did live in a more rural area, or if we were sitting smack dab in the middle of like 40 acres of land somewhere in the high mountains of Montana or something like that. But that's not where we are. So that's not what we're focusing on, at all. So
yeah, ideally, we could have some awesome bug out location set up with a log cabin in the woods or something, but we don't have that.
Yeah.
So we're preparing for realistic eventualities that exist in our location with the resources that we have. And that's not a cabin in the woods right now.
No.
Someday, maybe.
Hopefully. Oh my gosh, it would be amazing.
We probably wouldn't have this place anymore because we'd be too busy living in a cabin in the woods.
Right. I'll just say bye, everyone. We'll see you later. It's like bugging it, or like if there's another quarantine, like fine. We were already quarantined in our cabin in the woods. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and it's just like safety wise too. Again too, like it's sort of a thing where it's not like I'm saying nothing like that could ever happen. It's just, I don't know, it's just the safety of it, the practicality of, yes, our current location, in our current situation. I just don't see it. I don't see that.
Yeah, so say we took up an entire room of our house with food supplies for 20 years. Water, I mean, we'd have to fill the whole garage with water for that period of time. I mean, we live in the desert, so we're not getting continuous rains. It's not like even rain catching is going to give us that much.
Right.
So, say we had all that, would we be able to defend it for that period of time? I mean, I would assume that houses would be raided and people would be looking for supplies that they didn't already save. So if we have that, can we defend it in the suburbs of a major city for an extended period of time? And I think the answer is no.
And we're in Arizona too.
Yeah.
A lot of other people have guns. Yeah. Like it's just like, I just like culturally, I don't think so. Yeah. But anyway, so we're kind of looking at more of a short-term thing. We did do a video where we talked about, building our 2-week supply, which is kind of like where we're starting, kind of coming up for the election. So you might want to check that video out. So obviously we're wanting to store more. I think ideally we're wanting to get ourselves to about a year's worth of food. But the steps we're going to take are 2 weeks, then 3 months, and then a year.
Yeah.
So we're kind of doing it incrementally. Also because, learning what it is that we need to do in order to build the 2-week supply is basically the same thing that we need to do to build our 3-month supply and then our 1-year supply. But that isn't even about, for me personally, that's not about, bugging in for the end of the world and defending our food for a year. That's like, it just seems intelligent for so many different reasons. Like I'm in a group on Facebook called Stocking Our Shelves, and it's like a really cool thing to see, like over and over again, people on that group are talking about, oh, their husband lost their job, or, they are being kind of forced to bug in their house because, like, if they're near wildfires and air quality is bad, they're not allowed to leave their homes for weeks at a time in a situation like that. So people who are prepared when eventualities like that arrive, you're not really having a problem. Like, that's really I say it over and over again. It's not about like selfishness. It's about making yourself almost disaster proof, and then you're not contributing to the panic because you're set, and like if everybody would be set with at least 2 weeks of supplies, like things could be calm, if something crazy happened, or
we just chill out at home. We don't have to be a burden on the system. We don't have to worry for the government to come and save us. We're not standing around waiting for somebody to deliver bread to us or something. We're set.
We have it.
It's really the opposite of selfishness. It's taking care of ourselves so that we aren't a burden.
Well, right, and then it's this other part of why I'm so passionate about this now and like putting it on the channel, and because I had my own kind of wake up moment, which I talked about before, that like I've always kind of low key prepped, but for us it was for summer. And it was always putting away kind of the more expensive items that we use. Being vegan, that's not meat. That's like frozen fruits, bananas, buying giant cases of bananas and freezing them so that we have all these things on hand, like for our smoothies and whatnot. And other things that are more expensive, but even our dry goods like rice and beans and pastas, like having it on hand so that we could spend as little as possible during the summer months, which is when our bills increase and our income decreases, just as a natural just a byproduct of the industry that Adam is in. So, we kind of already have had that experience, and so that's helpful. But having quarantine hit and, food supplies being low and not being able to get food, but being able to, like, having already had a whole bunch of stuff stocked up because I was preparing just for like a normal summer for us and not, for viruses or whatever. We were already so set, and it was such a relief to not be worried that food was off of shelves because we had food at home, and what a wonderful introduction that was, and sort of kind of like the kick in the pants that I've been needing to like really, really get involved and like really, okay, let's actually do this prepping thing that we've been, watching YouTube videos about forever and then not like actually taking all the steps, So, anyway.
Yeah, it's funny when you go to the store and you try to buy the normal groceries that you buy in the normal quantities that you buy, and they won't let you.
No.
Or they act like you're hoarding. It's like, we have 5 vegans in the house and we use a 40-pound box of bananas every 2 weeks. This is just how we buy bananas, but they're not having it. Sorry, you can't buy a full case of bananas. So yeah,
but not even just that, like beans. Friggin' beans. Like, you can only buy 4 cans of beans. What?
It's like a meal.
So yeah, it's like one meal or like one day, right? I usually use 2 cans of beans per meal, but gosh, yeah.
So yeah, and even like beyond that crazy, you can't buy anything, like even having those supplies as a buffer for short-term supply. Okay, beans aren't at Costco right now. All right, well, we're not going to dip into our supplies too much, but we can use that as a buffer for when supplies come.
Right. Yes. And I think that is definitely one advantage again of being vegan, because what we need to buy is like pretty inexpensive. So it doesn't take that much extra, like while we're able to buy an extra case of beans, it's only like $7, and so just throw that onto the grocery bill right now and then, store it away. And then just have it, like, and again, not only for ourselves, but we were able to donate because we had extra rice on hand. We donated to our church, and, being able to be in a position of giving. So anyway, I think, we've talked about all that. So none of that was on the list. It's still really good.
Bonus content.
Really, bonus content, yes. That's all it's like what you get with me. I always give bonus content because I can't ever stay on track. So I need you to help me stay on track.
So yeah, that's our food storage is that we're starting with 2 weeks, 3 months, and then a year. We've got other goals. It's not just about food storage. It's not just about water storage, but right now we're looking a lot about making sure that our bodies are ready for eventualities. You know, things happen. You know, and you know, it's not The Walking Dead where you're running from zombies, but
just kidding.
You know,
I don't actually want that. Although that time I went and I got toilet paper at Costco and I was in that crush of people and it was really scary and freaky. And anyway, that's a story for another time. But yeah, I don't ever want to go through something like that again. It was scary. It was a scary crush of people. Freaking toilet paper. Anyway.
Be cool, everybody.
Yeah.
Just be cool. Be nice. But I feel like every human being should be able to climb over a wall. You know, climbing over a wall is hard. But and you're not running from zombies, but you know, if there's a flood or something and there's water, you got to get over a wall. If there's a bad guy, you need to jump over a wall. Like making sure that our bodies are as good as they can be. Being vegan helps that. Just FYI. But for me, right now I'm training to run a marathon, and that's not necessarily for prepping, but that was a goal that I set for myself. But it's having the benefit of I'm turning 40 in a month, and I really am in the best shape that I've ever been in. My lungs, my heart, they're awesome. So
it's amazing. It's so inspirational. He like just randomly went out yesterday and ran 16 miles. Was it 16?
Yeah.
16? Okay. Yeah. That's just like normal for you now.
Yeah.
It's like crazy, but yeah.
So you never know when you might need to run 16 miles.
Yeah. Because like your work, we were discussing this the other day, you work 15 miles away from the house.
Yep.
Yeah. So if something crazy, you could run home.
Yeah. I could be home in 2.5, 3 hours. So
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah,
So,
it's cool. I'm not there at all. Yeah. That's not my goal. Very short term. I'm just losing weight right now. But I have been having like digestive issues and stuff, and so I've recently, I was really inspired. Actually, it was Canadian Prepper's video. I've linked to it once before in another video, but I guess I can link to it down below. Again, where he has a prepping pyramid that he put together that I thought was just like so good. I feel like that was one of the best prepping videos I've ever seen. Yeah. Like it was just so well done. And at the very bottom of the pyramid, most important was the temple, your body, and then just looking at a lot of this is just, it's on me. Like, let's go and get the blood work done and make sure that we're healthy and we're doing well. And, I've gotten my blood work done. It was like incredible blood work, like being like 3 years almost being vegan now and coming back and there's no deficiencies or anything. There was like one marker, and I don't know how personal I need to get, but it had nothing to do whatsoever with veganism. It just had to do with something that's going on in my body. And actually the best thing for me right now moving forward to continue having the best health possible is the low-fat vegan diet, whole foods vegan diet that I have been doing. And that's just like from the most basic research, that is the best thing that I can be doing for my digestive system right now. So it's awesome, and it's just kind of awesome that already I was on the right track, and seeing improvements already, and everything's great. But for me, it was losing weight was a huge issue for me. For like 4 months I couldn't lose weight, and then all of a sudden I was able to start dropping weight, and I might talk about that in another video. But finally I like broke through and was able to start dropping weight. And I'm about to hit my first goal. Like the first goal that I had like 4 months ago, I thought I would hit so much faster than I did. But I am now 1 pound away from hitting that goal. So that's really exciting. And I have to decide, what's my reward? How do I reward myself for that? I don't even know. But it's exciting, moving in the right direction and being fit. I want to be able to jump over a wall at some point. That'd be really cool. Parkour.
It's not just for cool YouTube videos.
I want to
really useful.
I like seriously, I want to be like the hippest, fittest old chick that has ever existed. Because you know what? I'm close to 40. I'm not quite 40. I'm actually turning 37 this month. So my birthday is this month. And I had a thought the other day, because I've been overweight my whole life, so like I've been fat and young. I do not want to be fat and old. So kind of moving forward. So I'm grateful to, in a weird way, I'm almost grateful for the virus. I'm obviously not grateful, or I'm aware of the sadness and what people have gone through, and that it has really hit people very hard. But seeing that the most dangerous part of this virus is having pre-existing conditions, obesity, people who are obese are really high risk. So technically that would put me in that group. But at the same time, having just got my blood work back, I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have diabetes. My cholesterol is insanely good, and that's all my diet. So I haven't, like, physically, I don't appear healthy, but internally, I am like squeaky clean in there. So it feels really good to know that, and then move forward. Let the outside match the inside a bit. So I just think it's kind of amazing too, the power of a plant-based diet to make even this healthy inside, So, but obviously moving forward, because my joints don't like all the extra weight. That's for sure. So I'm gonna keep moving forward. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
But you're right. Yeah, that's an important part of having goals and being healthy and whatnot. So, yep.
Something else to think about. I just had hernia surgery.
Oh yeah.
And I was able to get the surgery because we're currently not in a period of what did they call it? Elective surgery. Elective surgeries were not allowed during the first bit of COVID outbreak.
Yes.
A hernia surgery would be considered an elective surgery, even though it was significantly affecting my ability to do anything.
It was bad, y'all, for a while there. It was really bad.
So, thankfully, I was able to have the surgery, and now I'm recovering. But
running 16 miles, recovering. Oh my
still
gosh.
hurts. But so that's something to think about. If you have something that you need to get taken care of, you need to get taken care of, now is the best time to get taken care of. You can go to the hospital. You can get a surgery. In spite of what people are saying, I've been to 3 hospitals in the last 2 months. There's been nobody there. So it was easy to get in. It was easy to get scheduled for a surgery. No problems. But now I'm not concerned about going into a potentially, prepping situation with a limitation on me physically because of an injury.
Right.
So I've gotten that fixed, and now I'm on the mend. So part of taking care of your body is getting stuff taken care of. You need to get taken care of. We do have a pretty effective healthcare system in most ways. So,
for acute conditions.
Correct.
Sorry, it's another whole thing. I'm just gonna be like, nope. Every other chronic thing I've ever dealt with, vegan diet, and herbs. So yeah, anyway. But no, as far as like surgeries and things like that, we have some of the best medicine on earth. I think it's like, there's definitely like time and a place, and the allopathic Western medicine model is great for things like acute emergency, things like that, but it's definitely not so great for the chronic and long-term illness issues that people are having. But anyway, it's a whole other thing. So yes, Adam is like, let's keep on track. But yeah, so short-term wise, I guess we ended up talking about a lot of other stuff though.
Yeah.
So maybe we should save it for another video.
Okay.
Do another no, you'll have to wait for another video before you get to hear this one too. Trying to keep it 20-ish minutes. So we did go a lot longer this time, but I think that was a really great conversation. So yeah, that's so short-term focus is on storage, and then
short-term storage, short-term being a year.
Short-term health and whatnot, but then long-term focusing more on production is where we are. So it's again not like a long-term end of the world bug in for 20 years on our location thing, more like becoming our own food supply. And so I guess that's something that we can talk about in another video, because we definitely do have a pretty nice garden out back. We've been focusing on this now for like 5 years. We've been doing gardening now and trying to grow a lot more of our food at home. And so we definitely have some plans moving forward to make sure that we can get even more out of that space. And so I guess you can tune in for that in another video.
Keep coming back.
Just keep coming back. We'll just keep teasing them. Yep. All right. I guess that's all. Okay, yeah. So as always, I hope the rest of your day is good and your life stays wonderful. Thanks so much for watching.